Nothing is more annoying than a kid or teen who whines every time life gets hard. But let's be honest, even as adults, we do it too. We might just make it sound a little different, more socially acceptable, or sometimes we just don't whine out loud. Today, I'm going to be talking about why that happens and, more importantly, what you can do to help your kids. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to make your kids never whine again, because, like I said, we're adults and we sometimes do it too. But what I am going to be sharing with you is how to help your kids convince their brains how to do hard things anyway, because that is a technique that they will use every day of their lives. Hi, I'm Jamie Knapp, and welcome to Inner Strength for Parents, where we use mindset to help you thrive as a person and empower your kids to do the same. So let's talk about why both kids and adults whine in the first place. There's a couple of reasons, and the first one is that we just don't know how to do what we're supposed to do. It's like we're being asked to walk across a river, and we look at the rapids and we say, this isn't even possible. I have no idea, and I'm not qualified. How can you expect me to do this? Life throws us so many experiences where we feel the same way. Sometimes we say to our kids, hey, I need you to go clean your bedroom. And they walk in there and look at it and say, I don't even know how to do this. This seems like a roaring river. I can't cross it. I just don't know how. And the second thing that happens to kids is they look at the situation and they say, this is going to be hard and it's going to take forever. They look at that bedroom and they say, this could take me 8 hours and it's going to be miserable. I'm just going to plop on the couch and whine and moan about how awful and unfair my parents are. And so it's completely understandable when our kids react that way because we've all done it too. So let's talk about what we can do to help them convince their brains to do the hard thing anyway. I'm going to be using the acronym SOAR to help explain these steps. And the first step starts with S, and that is step. And what this means is your brain is overwhelmed. Whether it's you or your child trying to convince yourself to do the hard thing, the overwhelm comes from the same spot. And that is there's just too much to cross, too much to do, too much pain and uncomfortableness to navigate. And when your brain is trying to take all of that in, it feels so big. So step number one is to bring it down to one simple step. Decide what the very first step is. So if you're trying to get your child or your teenager to clean their bedroom, then what is the first step? Maybe the first step is to clean their bed. All they need to do in this first step is to simply identify what the first thing is that needs done. What is the first step? And then step number two is then to focus on one thing only. Like we mentioned, your brain is already on overload. Their brain is on overload. It's looking at the bedroom. It's looking at the clothes. It's looking at the bed. It's looking at all of the things from school that need put away. And the brain is adding it up like a math problem and saying, that's going to take an hour and that's going to take an hour and that's going to be a pain. And I don't even know where to start there. And it's computing a list of all the reasons why it's easier to just not start. It's adding up all of the pain and all of the time and all of the energy that's going to be required. And either way you add it up, it's too much. And so this step involves simply telling your brain, okay, I'm not going to worry about the bedroom. All I'm going to do is clean off my bed. That's all I'm going to do. And then while they're in the bedroom, the important tip here is to remind them, hey, if your brain starts looking at other things and looking at the clothes or looking at the books or looking at other stuff, just remind your brain, oh, we're just doing the bed. That's all we're doing. We're only doing the bed. This step is really helpful for you as well. When you look at your house and all the tasks you need to do, it's really easy to say, oh my goodness, there is so much that needs done. And your brain is going to start looking at the enormity of the task and all the things that need done and decide it's just too much. And so maybe you just better sit down and scroll on your phone. It's really easy to go into overwhelm. So this step means just reminding your brain, hey, we're not going to worry about all that. And maybe for you, it's, hey, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load the dishwasher. That's it. I'm not going to let my mind think about anything else that needs done. I'm just loading the dishwasher. And by the way, if overwhelm with your house is a thing that is stressing you out, I do have a video on the top 3 reasons your house gets a mess and how to fix them that can make that part of your life so much less stressful. So I will put the link for that in the description. You can go to innerstrength.me/no-made, and I will send that video to you for free. Step number 3 is to act. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It means just do the thing. If you've identified that the first step is to make your bed, then you just make your bed while reminding yourself to not think about anything else except for making your bed. Just finish the one task. And that brings us to step number 4, which is repeat. Once you finish the first task, then you identify the next step and repeat. Now, here's a pro tip for kids, or should I say, maybe this is one of the things that I learned by doing it both the wrong way and the right way. When you're doing this with kids, they often need a break. In fact, they usually need a break in between steps. So maybe you have them go clean off their bed. That's all they do. And then you get them go play outside for 15 minutes and then you do a new step. Another way you can do this with kids is you can turn it into a game. First step can be, hey, what if you go into your room and you find 10 things that are red and clean up those 10 things? That can be the step. And then they can come out and have a break. And the next step might be, all right, now go see if you can find 7 things that are round or 7 things that are squishy to put away. And that way their brain is only focusing on one task at a time. They're not in overwhelm. They're not wondering how to do it. And it teaches them how to get their brain to do hard things. As your kids grow up and become teenagers, you can walk them through this a little bit more, especially when it comes to school and homework. When they come home and they come to you and they just start dumping on you about how stressed they are and how much they have to do and how they don't have time to do anything, then what their brain is doing is it is adding up all the things and it is just too big. So help them bring it down and ask them questions. Say, okay, what is the most important thing that needs done today? Ask them what that is and then ask them more questions. Okay, what is the first step to getting that done? Perfect. Okay, so all I want you to do is I want you to just do that one thing and then come let me know, okay? And help them walk through the process. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to help them feel like they're not alone, but it's also going to teach them how to do it for themselves. And the beauty of that is that as they grow and progress through life, when hard things come, and they surely will, they will have the tools to get through them. And bonus points, so will you. And as they watch you navigate it and they watch you demonstrate that same process, they will be more empowered to do the same. And that is why I do everything I do, because I absolutely believe that kids learn more from watching us than they ever learn from what we say, which is why I teach Mindset for Parents, because I think that is where our true power lies in helping our kids truly thrive. I hope this helped you love your life, live your mission, and empower your kids to do the same. If so, be sure to subscribe so that you are updated when I post future videos.